Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Cruise News Show. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news. Well, I thought we'd exhausted the whole well of cruise news with the avalanche of cancellations yesterday and all the revelations that came with the realization that the major cruise lines would not cruise for the rest of 2020. But yeah, it's November the 3rd. It's the first Tuesday in November on a leap year. Big day. It's election day. I hope you got out there and voted. I hope you made your voice heard. I hope you exercised your right. And there's a lot of people currently voting right now in Key West, Florida, probably beyond any other ballot measure. One of the most important ones when it comes to cruisers is whether or not cruisers will be able to continue to stop in Key West. It's significant. Last year, 417 stops in Key West, taking close to 1 million passengers, 965,000 passengers into Key West. And now the citizens in that town, 25,000 people live there. They're making the decision today whether those visits can even happen again. I've got a love-hate relationship with Key West. I kind of hope I can go back there again on a cruise ship. Obviously, I could drive down there, but there's something magical about porting there at Key West and taking a tram to get to another tram, to be denied a lobster roll. Sorry, that could be way too inside, but I got a history with that city that I'm not quite letting go of yet. And yeah, so that's going on. Now, I may be uncertain about that Key West vote, but one thing I certainly know is I enjoy talking about cruising with you guys. This is my open invitation to you. Anybody can do it. If you like this cruise news, if you like the updates, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of these shows. Another major cruise line has given up on 2020. Disney Cruise Lines announcing this morning that they will be suspending all of their December sailings. Another one gone. Another cruise line not going to sail in 2020. They've joined a esteemed company. We talked about it yesterday. NCL, Royal Caribbean, Carnival, MSC. Everybody's getting out of the cruising in December business to start working on these CDC guidelines, which are extensive, and some of them were unexpected. And so it's going to take a moment, and that's why there's no cruising in December. But there is a company out there that has been proactive, and a report is coming out today that we have our very first virus testing lab on a cruise ship, like a legit PCR, the more challenging test to process test on a cruise line. And this is a cruise line that all the way back in August said they're not going to sail for the rest of the year. So in August, they started working on protocols, and now here we are in November, and they've got the first testing lab on a cruise ship. Do you know what it is? Viking Cruise Lines, the first lab on a cruise ship. This is going to be on a cruise ship that's going to be making its way to Norway for some further testing. But just think about that. They knew back in August they weren't going to sell anymore. They've been working on getting their stuff in place, and it looks like it's going to take a while, but Viking leading the way. Now, the reality is the coronavirus numbers are spiking up all over the world. Countries are going into shutdown. Germany just went into a month-long shutdown. And Germany's super fascinating because cruising has been going on there for a while, and some of the cruise lines in Germany are calling it quits, and some of them are going, look, we're not going to stop sailing. Let me tell you the story about Hapag-Lloyd and TUI, their sister cruise brands. Both of them have a part ownership by Royal Caribbean Group. And Hapag-Lloyd, they're like, yeah, we're not going to cruise in November. The shutdown is going on here in Germany. Hapag-Lloyd's just been running a couple cruise ships out of Germany, but they've been doing cruises since the summer. And now that this lockdown is in place, they're gonna lock down. But the sister cruise line, TUI Cruises, same scenario. They've been running cruises throughout the summer on their Mein Schiff cruise ships, and they said, we're going to keep cruising. We trust our cruise bubble. I mentioned it the other day. The statistic is they've been running cruises for 3 months. 30,000 passengers served in their cruise bubble without an outbreak. And so they're not going to turn the switch off. They're not going to shut it down. But their sister company, Hapag-Lloyd, they are going to shut it. It's very interesting to watch this play out. You got companies shutting down because of the numbers, and you got companies continuing to sell in the midst of rising numbers. It's going to be interesting to see how the cruise companies adapt to the ebb and flow of these virus numbers in 2021. But TUI's staying open. So there you go. I got a question in the comments yesterday. Is cruising happening in Asia? Well, certainly it's happening in Singapore. They got approved for cruises to nowhere Royal Caribbean sent the Quantum of the Seas over there. There are crew members making their way to the Quantum of the Seas. They are preparing to do cruises to nowhere. And then the epicenter of all of the virus stories in early March, Japan, where the Diamond Princess was, they're cruising again. They put their first cruise ship out yesterday, the first one in 9 months. It's the cruise ship called the Nippon Maru, and it is back departing out of the port of Kobe. I've been there. I love to see these places across the world because I don't travel extensively, but man, if you say something about Yokohama or Kobe or Havana, I've been to those places, so this is exciting. The Nippon Maru going out of Kobe. The max capacity on that cruise ship is 530. They're cruising with 200 people. They had to be tested with a PCR test prior to getting on the cruise ship with a confirmed negative result. They also have to use QR codes to register their movements around the vessel, so they will be doing contact tracing, keeping up with the people that are on the cruise ship. It's making a trip from Kobe to another prefecture, another state there in Japan, and it will be returning just 2 days later on the 4th. It'll be returning tomorrow. But again, this is kind of a proof of concept there in Japan, but official cruising has resumed in Japan here in November. Another example of cruising resuming on the timetable set by the local health officials. Notably, we don't have cruising in the UK, we don't have cruising in Australia, we don't have cruising in Canada, we don't have cruising in the United States, and so there's just pockets of cruising happening, and again, it's all localized, it's all managed locally, and this will be the story, I believe, of 2021 as you see pockets of cruising restarting and dealing with the pandemic. And to answer the title question, which cruise line just got a brand new cruise ship? Well, it's Silver Seas Cruises, and they were handed over possession of the Silver Moon. It was completed at a Fincantieri shipyard in Italy, and possession has been handed over to Silver Sea Cruises. Silver Sea Cruises owned by Royal Caribbean, and so let's say it, even though there are tough financial times, Royal Caribbean still getting new cruise ships. This is the sister ship of the Silver Muse. Now, Silver Seas, this is luxury cruising. 298 luxury suites on this 40,700 gross ton cruise ship. That's right, Royal Caribbean taking possession of another opulent cruise ship during the pandemic. Dun, dun, dun. The word of the day is spork. S-P-O-R-K. If you are so creatively inclined, include that in your comment. And the question I have for you today is an oldie but goodie. What is your favorite cruise line? Let's have that conversation below. Who's got the best cruise line? What's your favorite? And yeah, let's go at it. Thank you so much for checking out the show today. Hope you enjoyed it. Please show your support by hitting the like button. And if you want to see what my time in Kobe, Japan was like, check out this video here. This is Tony for Lido Loca. And until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.